Hello, this is a water usage video. This time we're having a look at water usage in the community. When analysing water usage in the community, we're sometimes asked about per capita water consumption. Per capita is a Latin term that means per person. So the way to calculate per capita water consumption, we'll look for a total water consumption in the question, and we'll divide by some information about the population, the number of people who live in that community. So per capita water consumption can be calculated by taking the total water consumption and dividing by the number of people in that population. And you get the per person amount. Now let's have a quick visit at units of capacity. What sort of units we use for using and analysing water? Kiloliter. We have a megaliter and a gigaliter. And kilo means 1,000 when we're talking about kilometres or kilograms. So no surprise that that might contain 1,000 litres. It's written in symbol form by capitals KL, 1 kilolitre, and it does contain 1,000 litres as we suspected. A megalitre is written with a capital M and a capital L. Don't be confusing that with millilitres, which is lowercase m and l. And that equals that holds 1,000,000 litres. And then gigaliter is written one capital G and capital L, 1 gigaliter, and that's 1,000 million or 1,000,000,000 litres. That's a lot of water, and we might measure the amount of water in a dam, for example, in gigalitres. Now we're also asked to use the term percentage consumption. Let's see how we calculate that. Now when we aim for percentages, let's aim for a fraction first and turn it into a percentage. Don't try and calculate a percentage straight away. We look for two numbers that we can create a fraction out of, and almost always it's the smaller number on top and the bigger number on the bottom for normal fractions. And to turn a fraction into a percent, remember we multiply by 100. So go for a fraction first, that's my tip. Percentage consumption will equal the selected consumption amount that we're after. The question will highlight something we're after to make the percentage out of over the total consumption. So that's how we usually construct these things. And once we've got that fraction, we'll times it by 100 as we said. Let's have a look at an example. This question asks if the total national water consumption for the whole country was 594 gigalitres and Tasmania happened to consume 114 of those gigalitres, find the percentage consumption for Tasmania. Now we'll go for a fraction first, and there's only two numbers mentioned in this question, so it can be fairly obvious how we're going to arrange this. We'll put the small number on top and the bigger number on the bottom to create our fraction, and then as a last step we might multiply by 100 to turn that into a percentage consumption. So the percentage consumption, the selected consumption amount we're after, that's the one for Tasmania, is 114 gigalitres, and the total consumption quoted was 594 gigalitres. So that's our fraction. We'll turn that into a percentage by timesing by 100. On our calculator that'll turn out to be 19.19% if we rounded it off to two decimal places. So the percentage consumption for Tasmania was 19.19%. Now we were asked the question in a sentence, so we'll put our answer in sentence form there. So Tasmania in this case consumed 19% of the national water consumption, and that can be the one style of the question that we're asked when we're analysing water usage in the community. Okay, so I hope those tips help as you're going through water usage, and all the best for your future studies. peterblakemaths.com. Thanks for listening.